This month on the Lethbridge Photography Club News, a look at the new Pentax full-frame camera, a visit to the camera store in Calgary, a look at the photographic collection at the University of Lethbridge, and some of our members' work from the last field trip. Pentax users have been waiting a long time for a full-frame model. It was finally released this week with the announcement of the Pentax K1.
Hi everybody, so today I'm going to be looking at a brand new camera from Pentax. It's the very long awaited first full-frame camera they've released, and it's called the Pentax K1. So this camera is absolutely packed with features. Pentax have really taken their time to consider the design and the overall feel of the camera, but also exactly what features they've included in it. I'm going to take you through the design and show you around the camera, and also pick out some key features to tell you about. So firstly, it's a 36.4 million pixel sensor, certainly keeping up with other full frame bodies on the market. And to handle that a huge amount of information, there's a new Prime 4 image processor, and that's 14-bit, and it's 50% faster than other previous versions of that processor. There is no anti-aliasing filter, but you do have a simulator on board which you can switch on and off. So the ISO can be controlled either on this top plate here, which shows your main exposure settings, and it can be controlled with this wheel, or actually on the back screen. The ISO range itself goes from 100 right the way up to 204,800. It gives you a pretty impressive range of shutter speeds, and that combined with the 5-axis image stabilization system will certainly help there as well. Now the focus system has got 33 AF points, 25 are which of cross type points. So pretty impressive in terms of the focus system. Okay, so one of the other really cool design features is the actual screen itself. We're very used to seeing screens now come out to waist level finder and to the side. It's the very first time I've seen a screen that can come out and then actually twist. It also has the ability to go to waist level finder as well, and you can obviously angle it down as well. When it pushes back, it's all housed in a nice rubber area. Now the other thing is, on the back of the screen we have some LED lights. So if I switch the camera on and press this little lamp here, these two lamps come on at the back, which is great if you're shooting in low light environments or maybe at night time. You can see what you're doing via these little lamps on the back plate. They're also repeated at the other edge as well. And you've also got LED lights in the SD card slot, which there are 2 of. And also on the front here, right next to your lens, so when you're putting your lenses on and off in low light, you can see what you're doing. Great little design feature. So another really good idea by Pentax is this wheel on the top. Lots of features on cameras now are menu driven, and if you're out in the field and you've maybe got gloves on, it's difficult to get into menus and change lots of things in menus. So they've given you this one control wheel, and as you can see on there are things like ISO, your frame control, bracketing, HDR, and actually when you put it to whatever setting there, you can adjust it with this roller just here. So really accessible with, you know, big fat gloves on rather than going into the menu system. I think it's really impressive. So the last thing I want to cover is the actual Pentax system itself. There are already full frame lenses available, and there's actually more on the way. But also, because it's a K-mount and it's full frame, you can also benefit from legacy glass. So these are lenses that you would have used with old film cameras that will actually fit on because it's the K-mount, so you can get full benefit from that. And that, for me, that's really exciting. If you do have other Pentax lenses or older Pentax lenses at home, the first time you've got a full frame body and you'll be able to use those as they were designed. Awesome. Okay, so in summary, there's been a lot of people waiting for a full frame camera from Pentax. Well, it's finally here, and it's very impressive indeed. It's available for pre-order now, so do visit us online or pop into one of your local stores. Thanks for watching.
The pre-order price is about $2,500 Canadian. The local camera stores have the needs covered for photography, but for a kid in the candy store experience, there's the camera store in Calgary.
Hey guys, Chris Nichols here from the camera store, and I want to take you on a tour of the store. Come on here with me. Watch yourself on the door here.
So, this is the camera store. Welcome to it. First place I want to take you guys is the video department. This is where we make TCS TV, and there's Jordan editing.
Hey guys, welcome to the video department.
All right, enough about Jordan editing. Here's Chris Nichols again.
Come on, Chris.
Check out these beautiful telescopes. If you guys want to look at space, the stars, planets, we've got the gear for you. Now this is actually one of the biggest collections of photo books in Western Canada. We've got everything here. We've got famous photographers, we've got documentary and photojournalism work, we've got landscapes, wildlife, I mean how-to books. We've also got some racy books, which a lot of people call pornography, but we call it fine art. That's what this guy's looking at. Let me take you to the heart of the store here. Here's our main showcase. We've got all the major brands. Look at this pretty showcase here. German and Swedish cameras, expensive jewelry, but they do take good photos. Lots of photo bags, $15,000 lenses you guys can play with right on the floor. Employees only. We're not going to go there, so come this way with me here. Got a lot of aftermarket glass, high-end tripods, and all the accessories you need for that. And a really well-stocked rental department. If you need to rent photo and video gear, you've got it for you. Sharon, there you are. You're going to enjoy that. You can try before you buy. Now let's say you guys want to start a home studio. We can take care of you there too. We got everything. Umbrellas, we got soft boxes, studio strobes, reflectors, backdrops, everything you need to make your own fine art photography, just what we talked about. All right, let's keep going. Now this showcase here, this is our used lenses and equipment. It's old, but it's good. We've got a lot of old but good employees too. We want you to adopt them and take them home, just like those lenses. This is the core of the camera store. Got some memory cards here, but here's the phones and tills. And did you know if you have a broken camera like this one, we can take care of that too. Becky, you're gonna really like that lens. It's a good choice. Now it doesn't end there. We got all the accessories you need for cleaning your lenses. We still have black and white darkroom chemistry. We've got black and white film. We've got ink for your inkjet printer. We've got the paper, picture frames, and we've got Canon lens hoods, Nikon lens hoods. We've got t-shirts. We've got accessories here, batteries, everything you need to get started. We're not just the best store because we're well stocked though. We've also got the best expert-friendly staff. Say hi to the owners. All right, so the best part, if you guys are in Calgary and you come down to the store, you get to meet me. I'll be here. And if you're not, well, check out our website, thecamerastore.com. We'd love to see you online. You can purchase all your goods there too. Thank you so much. We hope to see you soon.
It's well known that the University of Lethbridge has a world-renowned art collection. This month, we look at what they have for photography.
The collection consists of, it's over 14,000 objects, and there are more than 9,000 works on paper. There are many paintings. There's quite a lot of sculpture. And we have a strong holding of Inuit sculpture, and we have some installation work as well.
Photography is also part of the collection.
It's a definite segment of the collection, and we have, as you can see behind me, we have many black and white photographs. We also have color photographs, and we have work that's strongly based on photograph, like photo lithographs and photos as part of other works.
Entrusted to the safekeeping of the artwork, the gallery has taken precautions to ensure that it has a long life.
Well, we store the artwork in a climate-controlled space, and we use everything is within this building. It's within the building enclosure, and then each artworks are stored in these cylinder boxes, which protect from light and dust and changes in temperature and relative humidity and light, of course. And then we also have framed works on shelving. So I've pulled some work here. This one here is by Ronald Hurwitz, and it's a view from the Charles Bridge in Prague. The Charles Bridge itself is a pretty magnificent structure that runs across Prague. It was built in the 14th century, and this just shows a view from it that is not quite so spectacular, but still really kind of cool. The next one is an Edward Steichen, and he's a very well-known photographer who was, he actually was noted for being the first fashion photographer who had his work published. The next one is a Canadian artist. His name is David Morrish, and he does sort of a combination of new photography with old elements. He hand colors them and uses special toning processes to create a kind of interesting effect. There are two in here that have like colorized effects. The next one is a photographer named Rue, and he actually has, we have a lot of photographs in the collection of local scenes of the Badlands. This one happens to be Utah, and just a really spectacular black and white that turns the landscape almost into abstract elements. Yeah, this one is George Weber, and this is actually in Calgary. And as I started pulling the works, I was like, oh, I have a lot of like very, you know, kind of objects and scenery, and this one is people at the Victoria Pavilion in Calgary. And this next one is Bernice Abbott, who's also a really well-known American photographer. And she did a lot of, she's a really interesting person. She's done a lot, or she's not alive anymore, she died in the 90s. But she did a lot of science photography, and her goal was to make scientific theories sort of visually accessible to the public. So she did a lot of science photography for journals, and she opened her own art school and taught there for many years.
And what if you're interested in donating a photograph to the collection?
The process goes through Josephine Mills, the director, and there's an acquisition committee that meets and discusses work that are up for donation. Like most galleries and museums, our storage space is full. You can see all this storage space here is full. So we don't acquire in vast numbers. We consider very carefully what we acquire.
And now a look back at the last field trip. And that's the Lethbridge Photography Club news for this month.